Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah, and 2 years ago my husband and I bought our 1840 Vermont farmhouse, and over the past year we've been renovating, but for the past month or two we have been taking a bit of a pause with the renovations and haven't really worked on any large-scale projects. But today we're going to start, well actually we're going to continue our project in our mudroom. Last year we renovated it and completely changed the whole room, but got really burnt out and then didn't do the finishing touches that we wanted to do. So we're picking back up with the finishing touches. This past week, Harrison installed our wall lamp, and it's from Pookie, so I will leave it linked below, and I couldn't be happier with it. It's so glad we went ahead and did that. It's been so nice this week to have that on in the evenings. It just has such a nice glow. We have the canvas lights in the ceiling, and those are very much more like utility lights because they provide so much light in the room, but having this sconce, this wall lamp, just changes everything for us. We're so happy we did it. We were really on the fence whether or not we would, but it also came down to the fact that it was super easy to wire in because we already had electrical there, and it wasn't like we were going to have to add electrical to that spot. So it was totally worth it. We're really happy with it. And then today we're going to pick up with the wallpapering. I bought this Sewn Britain wallpaper on eBay way earlier in the year and just have not had the time to wallpaper. And so we're going to start tackling that today. Unfortunately, it is like probably one of the more difficult wallpapers to install because it's paste the paper and you have to like let it sit, and then I think when we did the wallpaper on the ceiling in our bathroom, that was paste the wall, and found that much easier. So I'm kind of anticipating this to be a bit trickier than I really expect it to be, but we also just have learned to accept with wallpapering in this house that nothing is square, nothing is level, so just doing your best to make sure it looks as good as possible is really all you can do, because it's just not going to be perfect. This house is 200 years old, so nothing is perfect. So you just learn to embrace that. So that's what we're going to start tackling now. We got to just kind of like take everything out of the room so we can clear the walls essentially. And then like an hour ago, so I did fill a hole that we had left from last year when we were renovating. So we got to let that dry, and it might take a little bit longer. So we just cleaned up the room. If this is your first time watching my channel, this is our mudroom, and we recently did a house tour, and I kind of showed you kind of the ins and outs of this room. So I'll link that house tour linked here so you can go back and watch it and see that. But basic overview, we're going to be wallpapering from this edge over there and then going as far as we can. I realized after we installed the cabinets that I should have wallpapered before that, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go as far as we can that way, and then I will come back on this side, do the outside corner, and then wallpaper as far as I can up there. Really, you can't see up there. You can barely see up there. So if it's not wallpapered, it won't be the end of the world. This is the wallpaper we went with. It is from Sewn Britain. It's a designer wallpaper, but I got it discounted secondhand on eBay from an interior designer that just had overage. So it is paste the paper. So we're gonna roll out a length that we need here. We'll put the wallpaper on and then let it sit, and then we'll start putting it on the wall. And let me show it to you in the room as well, because it looks much of a stronger green on camera. It's softer in real life. But yeah, I think that's going to pull out some of the greens, the cabinet colors, Tea with Florence from Little Green. And yeah, it's going to look kind of like that. just got our first piece hung. I needed to do it without filming it because it's my first time wallpapering a wall and I just needed to figure it out before I could film it. So anyways, it went pretty well. I was like, you have to cut around, we had to cut around that. I had to cut around that door frame, the window frame, down here, down the bottom, along the sides of the frame. So it was a very complicated piece to start with, but I think it was a good idea to start with this piece. So looks really good. I'm gonna continue down there and then I'll do up there. I'll have to do along the side. So I'm kind of finding that it actually, I think, is better if I paste the wall than pasting the paper. So I'm gonna try that out and see how it goes. And hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far. I really like it. It looks very different in person than it does on camera. It kind of looks shadowy and dark on camera, but it's much brighter in person. It's very pretty. I'm not exactly sure where I left off last weekend, but I was going to edit and post this video on Sunday or Monday, and then time just got away from me and I didn't really have time to do that. So I'm going to post it today, hopefully, but I think that's okay because I managed to figure out some art for in here. So I'm going to add the art and then I will kind of give you the full look at the mudroom, and I'm going to be adding a blind to that window as well. I want to add some more of this like kind of like red color that is in the bricks and in the rug, and just kind of have those elements tied together a little bit more. And so I already know what fabric I'm going to use. It's just a matter of finding the time to do it. There's so many things I want to do right now. We really need to make some curtains for the windows that are like the original windows. This window is brand new, so there really isn't any draft. So I'm not super concerned about a blind for it, but that's kind of, so it's a low priority. So when I get to that though, I will show you. And yeah, so I had some time to put together some art. This was a piece that we already had hanging in here before we added the wallpaper. And this is a piece of print that we got in the Lake District when we went to England. And so it has some sentimentality to it. And I forgot who the artist is, but I'll do a Google lens this, and then I'll put it on the screen what the artist is. And if you can buy this print online, I'll leave it linked below as well because it's such a beautiful print. So yeah, I have that piece, and it has a lot of those like blues and greens in it, and I think that looks really good in the mudroom. And then I also had this piece, and it had a paper mat, and I didn't love the look of that. And this is very much not archival glass because the mat was really kind of like sun damaged, and the print is sun damaged, so it didn't look that great. So I added some fabric to the mat of this, and I think I love the look of that. I think it just adds a little something extra. And then the outside edge was black, so I painted that in pleat, which is slightly different than the cabinet color. But I think that looks really good too. So I'm gonna hang these together, stacked like this, and I'm gonna hang them on the cabinet right here, because I like that you'll be able to, when you are looking into the mudroom, you'll have art hanging here, and I really like that idea. I do want to hang something underneath the sconce, but I'm so nervous about putting a hole in the wallpaper, so I'm gonna just wait and find the perfect piece that I want to hang there. So yeah, let me hang these up and then I'll show you how the room is looking. That is it for this little installment of doing the final touches in the mudroom. I absolutely love how the wallpaper came out. I think it adds such special character to the room, and this little corner now especially just is such a special moment and really makes it feel like a complete space. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this room makeover and you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. I have more room makeovers coming, and yeah, there's lots of work left to do in our house. So stay tuned, and I will see you next time.